Hey, at least we don't have to take the city bus.
All of you are just bad at being stealthy.
Perform category sounds like you're a contestant on Jeopardy or something.
Falling with style, I believe, is the phrase.
Hey everybody, this is Jeff, your GM. We're coming in with another episode of Oops All GMs. This one titled Library Royale. To get us started here, let's begin with some lightsaber check. Kyle.
Okay, yeah, Kyle, I'm playing Reg, a gunslinging magus detective man. D20, I got a 20, and then
Let's go.
I got a 9, which is not as
Ooh.
good. Oh, and I will pass it off to someone else. We'll go Dan.
Hey, I'm Dan. I will be playing a kineticist named Eastbox, kind of a punky kineticist that likes to cause trouble. And my lightsaber check first roll is an 11, and then a 16. I get nothing, and I'm gonna kick it over to Jack.
Hello, I am Jack. I am playing Brax, the lizard folk EDM DJ, and my first lightsaber check is an 8, and my second is a 3. Wonderful. And, well, there's only one person to pass it to.
Well, howdy. My name is Ponce, and I'm going to be playing Ruben Sappho. I'm a void urban barbarian librarian, and I think I'm going to try just for the lightsaber checks. I am going to be rolling my d20s here at home. First one's an 8 and 8 and a 9, consistent.
A metropolis that glitters with neon lights and pulsates with the sound of slot machines and electronic music. The city is a blend of the old and the new, with towering skyscrapers and narrow alleys filled with steam and smoke. We are in Golden City. The streets are crowded with people from all walks of life, dressed in flashy clothing. Hover cars whiz overhead, leaving behind a trail of colorful exhaust fume. The buildings are adorned with holographic advertisements and giant LED screens displaying the latest shows and attractions. In the heart of the city, though, lies the sprawling casino district, filled with extravagant resorts and gambling halls, each one boasting a unique theme, ranging from futuristic cyberpunk to glitzy retro glamour. The slot machines are connected to the network of constant interfaces, allowing players to immerse themselves in a world of endless possibility. In front of the Dream Realm Casino, a rave blasts music out to the streets. As large elemental engines shoot lightning up into the air above the casino roof, we start in Closed Room. On one side of the table, bolted down to the floor, is Reginald Alabaster. Across from him, a large lizard folk, known as Narshik. As they're both staring at each other, the door will open, for a tall Corleon will enter in with short hair, wearing a business suit. You know this as Parvo Solemn, the Corleon head of security for the Dream Realm Casino. Reginald, what are you doing here?
What do you mean, what am I doing here? I'm just, having fun, right? It is a casino, after all.
Parvo looks over to Narshik before looking back at Reginald and, sure. But what are you doing in this casino?
I mean, trying to make money, having a fun time.
So you just thought you would come in here, have a blast? You're not here to steal anything from Sprite? Look, everyone talks. That's the rules. And I'd rather not have to torture you out of it. So why don't you tell me what's going on?
Okay, if you want a story, I'll tell a story.
Our camera will pan away from this closed room and instead cut back to the night before. In the middle of all of the casino district, there's a large glass structure, square with glass arms that reach towards the sky. This is the Gold Chip Library, well funded and backed by the taxes that keep golden the utopia that it is. Though it is well after hours, there's a light on in a distant room. What's the start here as you guys are in the back of this library?
I imagine we're in like my office. I'm probably actually in between reading some books at the moment, and I'm got like 2 stacks of tomes with my feet up on another one, and I'm doing like super deep drop push-ups on some books and just sort of like quietly counting them out as I'm doing it.
Is this a good time to describe what we look like?
Yeah, we're doing the whole like flashback to you guys.
Wonderful. Okay, well, Brax is probably, if there's no table or desk set up, if there is one, I'd be at one of those with my laptop out, headphones on, plugged in, probably going over schematics, all sorts of stuff, and probably going over also the set list I'm going to do the following night at the Dream Realm Casino. And just quick description of what Brax looks like. 6 foot tall, well-built lizard folk, Pretty muted brown scales, grouping a bright red, spiny frills on the top of my head that run down to the base of the back of my neck. Probably got on a pretty baggy blue hoodie over a tactical vest and pants. Like I said, bulky headphones on. They're a little more forward than usual, so they don't get stuck on my spikes on the back of my head. And a bunch of multicolored bead bracelets on both of my wrists.
Reginald would just be probably, I mean, we're in the back of a library in an office. Someone's already looking over a schematic, so I guess I would just be standing right behind and just being like, okay, that's a point, and kind of like drawing out potential tactical weaknesses.
Yeah, that makes sense. Brax probably wouldn't know a lot about that. He can get the schematics and pull them up and everything, so yeah, we could be cooking up a multifaceted plan. Like if things go down here, we go this way, and if we need to get out when we're here, we go that way. All of that jazz.
And for how Reginald looks, a average human, not super bulky, actually kind of thin muscle, brown hair, we'll say like a dark green eyes, and he's wearing a proper detective's jacket, the trench coat. But under it probably has like a t-shirt that he just has randomly found. I was thinking kind of maybe like for a kids TV show or something. And it just has like a giant happy face of that character just right on there.
I think eSparks would be sitting up on like a windowsill, kind of watching everything that's going on, just kind of kicking his feet lightly. And so eSparks is a traditional android. He doesn't have any of the finer features of any type of humanoid. He is definitely and clearly an android. His hair is bright blue with yellow sparked tips, and he is wearing a delivery outfit, something like a delivery driver would wear, except it is covered and stained with different colors of spray paints. And then in a bandolier across his chest, you would see a handful of spray paints that the caps have been popped off and the spray nozzles are exposed. He is just watching and just kind of waiting.
Yeah, after a couple of minutes of doing those push-ups, you'd see Ruben, sort of a not super tall, like 5'9" void, stand up wearing. It looks like they bought the same sort of delivery outfit that eSparks has got, but it's like very clean still, like from the same store maybe. And he walks over to the desk where you can see there's what looks like maybe a cane leaning up against the desk, and comes over to y'all on the computer.
Yeah, so I don't. I don't know exactly. I don't expect you to like give me explain to us, Jeff, like the full schematics of an actual casino. But I assume we have like a rough layout of like this is probably where they would keep something of this importance, and this is where this is where restricted area is, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff.
Go ahead and give me that computer use check.
Oh, wonderful.
Can I aid in some way?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, I actually also have computer use. I don't know if that makes a difference to aiding.
As far as aiding goes, usually it's just a +2 if you beat over a DC 10.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I'll probably just do it because it's my laptop. It feels weird for me to be like, hey, here's my laptop.
Everybody roll their aids.
Well, so I use Perform DJ in place of computer use, which is what I did, and I got a 15.
All right.
Which is 17 with Reg's assistance.
Correct. Reg's able to help out a bit.
Yeah.
But Ruben is not.
I swear the Wi-Fi, it's I know that password. It's under this paper here, I think.
Reg just shakes his head like, yeah, that's where it is.
This is part of the heist that you guys are getting brought in for. So there are two of the casino lords, Arx, a Lycal who runs the Archmage's Vault, and Sprite, an android who runs the Dream Realm. Arx is hiring you to get a set of books, the articulated works of Garland Mifune, Divine Fist of the Northern Wind. From what you understand, most security is going to be tied up in making sure the money is safe. A lot of the big time people are here to bet on the races that happen up in Summit's Nest. So there's a lot of money being moved around, and the casino is going to be keeping that mostly on lockdown, which is giving you the opening to try to go after these books. You do know that there's a large rave that will be taking place tomorrow night in front of the building, so there will be opportunity for a large crowd, lots of music, lots of noise to kind of work with. DJ Deadbolt is supposed to play there. I know you have things in place to kind of work around that or make that work.
Yeah, yes.
Because most of the casino guards are tied up protecting the money, they have had to outsource to constant surveillance, conserve as they're usually called, to provide the muscle. There's 3 guards armed with heavy assault rifles on each floor. There are 12 floors to the Dream Realm. 1 through 4 are all casino floors. 5 is constant interfaces, so imagine that's like VR rooms and stuff like that.
Okay.
The 7th floor is administration, so it's all the people watching, computers, tech, accountants, things like that. 8 is the barracks. 9 is the main vault. 10 is the living quarters for Sprite and for other people that stay there, so the hotel part of it. The 11th floor is a library / museum, and you cannot find any schematics for the 6th floor.
I was going to ask about that. Okay.
Interesting. Do we have any tip on where the book might be being kept, or is that up for us to determine?
Yeah, so here would be a good place too. If one of you wants to come up with the casing of the joint that you kind of did, and then roll me like a diplomacy or whatever skill you want to say you use, kind of flashback it.
Yeah, if I was going to perform, or allegedly DJ Deadbolt is going to perform, I assume I could have gotten entry to like a decent amount of the place to like figure out what the venue's like, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe East Sparks is gonna case the outside, kind of look for entrances, exits, maybe ways to get up not using the inside, like fire escapes, or maybe able positioning that you could probably climb or parkour your way up.
It would be tough because of the amount of glass on the casino to probably climb, but you do know with your kicks, you could probably ride one of those electric engines that's going to be used at the rave to go up the building.
That's incredible. Holy smokes.
Yeah, I wonder, would it be possible that Ruben could have gotten to a some sort of a job for them at the library, like a restoration of some book, or like maybe an appraisal or something? He said there's a library and like museum.
Yeah, that's a perfect place to say, somebody got eyes on it and to confirm that it's there, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it was a couple days ago that Sprite had hired you to come in and verify that the books are there. You saw the set of 5 that they were at the time being kept on the 11th floor, which is the main library.
All right, can you remind me the name of these books, the set?
The articulated works of Garland Mifune, Divine Fist of the Northern Wind.
That name makes me giggle every time. It's just so it's just I don't know. It just drips with I don't know what to call it. It's just so intellectual. I don't know. It's like uppity intellectual. Whoever wrote this is a little little high on themselves.
Yeah, a bit overblown if you ask me, but can't no accounting for taste.
Yeah, Eddie would just be staring at the name of this with the trying to hold back a giggle, like a little kid giggle.
Checks out.
But you did confirm that it was at the library, though with all these people coming into town, more than likely it'll probably be moved to be shown off to some of the high-end people showing up, either in the entertainment room, which is what you assume the 6th floor is, though you can't find schematics for the entertainment floor, or possibly in their living quarters if they end up having the party return there. But so you guys know of Sprite, which is the one that runs this, kind of a cocky, ignorant robot that trusts those around them to make sure things are going right. They're mostly kind of the face. They're not really involved in the day-to-day aspect of the casino or the work there. The people that you do have to worry about are people like Parvo Solemn. He's the head of security. Confident and brash, ex-military, micromanages a lot, likes to be in control. His backup is Narshik, which is the head of the guards, and they're a liaison with Conserve. And so that'll be another person that is going to be keeping an eye during all the festivities and during the rave. The other person that you've gotten access to is Lortalix, a middle-aged female Lycal that runs the cameras and runs the technical security side. Competent, but you've gotten rumors that she's hoping to be able to move out of Golden and retire somewhere in the Selene district in the Darget.
So if we could offer Lortalix money, we could probably easily turn them.
What about the dude that likes to micromanage? What if we cause enough problems between different areas? Maybe he's gonna run himself ragged.
I agree. I think Eddie's onto something there. What if I don't know. We I mean, I hate to put one of us in danger, but maybe one of us gets caught. I look to Reg.
We're gonna need access to the floor, and I don't know how else we're gonna get in there unless they bring us.
Or they bring one of us who gets all of us access.
Getting caught is easy.
Getting out ain't. That's the thing is you can get caught, but how are you gonna get out?
I think the general mayhem strategy might work to our advantage because there's already going to be, I mean, the populace can be doing half that for us. So if we're in there causing a little bit of trouble, one of us gets caught, someone else causes a little bit more trouble, spread them thin, but, kind of go wide and then get in where we can.
Mhm.
Yeah, go wide, and then by the time they're stretched thin, we pincer attack for the books before they know what hits them.
So
If
we need lots of smoke machines, lots of lasers, lots of lights. Make this a rave for the history books.
Yeah, and if I recall, they're setting all that up right out front for us right now.
so, Reg just kind of takes a deep breath. If y'all think you can get out, I can easily get myself out, so I can get caught, be the one to get caught. You just have to make sure to help me out of any situation I find myself in by being your own distraction when need be.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
got that covered. How are you at counting cards, cheating casino games? I feel like you win enough money at the tables. They're sure to bring you in for something.
I've not attempted to do anything like that before, but I mean, shouldn't be too hard. Just math, right?
I feel like back in the day, this is a pretty common scam me and Eddie might have run, is, the basic,
Mhm.
like, cheating at gambling stuff. So I'll shoot a look to Eddie and then just, like, rummage in my, I have a backpack with me. I keep my laptop in. Rummage in my backpack, pull out, like, a hard drive or something, and I'll put it into my computer, and it's just basically a very in-depth statistical profile of how to count cards and all of that stuff. I'll give Reg the rundown.
Pull up the card game, and we just gotta do some practice.
Yeah. Couple back and forths.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Mhm.
probably won't win too much money with this, but if anything, since you're so new to it, it might help to make it more obvious and get you caught doing it.
I mean, I could also just be loud, obnoxious, and a pain in the ass.
That's true. That's always old faithful.
Yeah, but if you're too loud and obnoxious, they kick you out. Now, if you're cheating at cards, they're going to want to know why and how. They're going to want to pull you in and question you.
We also could just spread some rumors, say that I'm going to go in to steal something.
Would we, as our characters, be aware of Reg's history as a made man?
So I don't think Reg keeps any of that information truly hidden, except for who he was connected to.
Okay.
To their eyes, he's dead and gone.
Yeah. I only ask because if Brax and the rest of us were aware of your history, I mean, you're the one that we want to get caught anyways, but to spread it about you, because I don't know,
Yeah.
it doesn't make much sense to be like the EDM DJ is going to take something. I don't think that holds as much weight.
I will say that Reg probably has still been doing things that are not legal anyways. It's just he's doing it for different causes now instead of
Mhm.
doing it for, family of evil people. And he's more of just doing it because of what he calls his morals, right? Like someone's down on their luck or something, someone got something stolen from them that they need to survive. He's going to get it back for them. Like that's kind of his shtick.
Yeah, makes sense.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
I like
so
that.
we do this twofold, right? I do still do the card counting and whatnot. We also get some rumor spread. Although if we're gonna get these rumors spread, we're gonna have to go now.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think we could spread the rumors day of because, like, if you're in there cheating at cards, I mean, they have no reason to think that I would do anything against them. They hired me to check out a book. I'm a librarian. I could just report you. I just walk up and say, "Hey, I heard Reg is in here up to no good. I think they're gonna make a play for the vault or something like that."
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Right? I wouldn't even have to tell it to head of security or nothing. Just anyone on the floor. Yeah.
Yeah, because if
You
he
know.
micromanages as much as we're led to believe, it would get back to him pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that way we don't have to worry about, I mean, I'm all for going out tonight and having a little conversation with a few people at a bar, try and get the hype up, but might as well just tell them straight up.
I think it would be a good idea to get it put into their ear tonight, just so that they keep their eyes out on me. Of course, we don't want to push too hard because, I mean, if they start feeling like you guys might be connected to me in some way, then, well, this is all for naught.
Would I be able to roll, say, knowledge local or something to know where, like whereabouts some of the security from the casino would hang out? Because I feel like we could just go in there and be like, "Hey, I heard Reg, they're trying to fucking steal from the Dream Realm Casino," or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and give me that knowledge local.
All right, let's go.
being from here, can I aid at all?
Yeah, absolutely.
Heck yeah.
Wait.
I'm not good at it, but
Oh.
let's go 16.
Okay.
So that makes yours 16. Well, there you
Yeah.
go.
Look at that. Hey.
Yeah, 16.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, there's a couple bars nearby that are a little bit off of the main strip, so away from the big casinos because those can get pretty expensive.
My thought is that standard guards would have the more motivation to pass things along. The new hired help, I feel like they're kind of. Well, I guess what do I know about them? Because I imagine they're sort of like mercenaries. They're just in there to do a job. I don't know that they would necessarily feel any sense of loyalty to report something like that.
Yeah, correct. They're going to be running basic security versus the standard guards that do have a bit more loyalty, a little bit more day-to-day operations with Sprite, and these guys are guarding like the main vault.
Yeah, especially if we're trying to say that. I mean, am I correct on the plan here? We're trying to convince them that you're going after the money, right? Because I
Yeah.
don't think they really have any reason to believe anyone would be going after these books unless they know something that we don't know.
Maybe we say there's a possibility. We don't guarantee it because I don't want him to just come and find Reg like tonight. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it was a rumor, right? I
Yeah.
heard
Yeah.
from my friend Jackie said that they heard from someone over yonder that that weird old detective is trying to do something. I mean something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
give.
ain't saying you're weird,
Yeah.
Actually, it was the old part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I think
guess. Yeah.
to be honest, I think Ruben is the oldest one in this room.
I mean, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, Ruben's about 46 years old.
Which just makes it worse that the oldest one in the room
Yeah.
called him old. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like more like that, old boy kind of that kind of.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Sure. I'll take it.
I mean, it's probably best if you do that alone, right, Ruben?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple bars down on the strip. I think we could each, or two of us could go out and hit separate ones, just make sure double our chances of getting overheard. But I don't think we should go out and be talking to each other. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the gods are gonna accept my word on much. I'm not exactly the most friendly and helpful towards the law.
Well, I think that kind of gives your whatever you're saying a bit more credibility. Maybe
Huh?
not. I wouldn't say it to them. Just say it to someone else nearby, and then they think they're getting one over on you.
That's not a bad idea, I said to Eddie. I mean, you're pretty good at, well, a lot of things, but if you you let them know without letting them know that you're letting them know, it might even lend more credence to it, I say, and I like wink at him.
Eddie's gonna nod and be like, "So Eddie's gonna go do some talkie talks. It sounds like fun."
Yeah, we still need you tomorrow though, so don't go too crazy.
Eddie don't drink that often. Spox is gonna be on his game.
Sparky, we get out of here. I'll leave about 10 minutes behind you.
Sorry. Brax probably audibly laughs to you calling him Sparky too. I think that's funny. Not in like oh, you just made fun of my friend away, but in like, oh, that's funny. I don't know. I've never thought of that. That's pretty simple wordplay.
So I guess Sparks is going to open up the window behind him and just kind of tuck roll out and disappear down the strip. Go spread some rumors.
So as Sparks heads out, where are the rest of you going or doing? What are you prepping for this?
Well, I'll probably spend the next 10 minutes or so just like pointing out the information that I've gathered on the building, like where it is in the room, so they know where to find it. And then after about 10 minutes, I'd leave, but I leave through the door. It takes me a little bit longer to walk through the building and out, but I do just walk out, and I bring my cane with me, which out of game is it's a staff that I beat the crap out of people with, but it's got a little book on the top. It's real nice.
I think for Reg to give a little bit more credibility to the rumor, he's gonna do additional, in quotes, some scouting. But he specifically is going to go there just to like watch the guards, to like learn how they do things. To see like, well, do they all carry some form of communication with each other? To like learn how they handle certain situations. But being not even super stealthy while doing it so that it is known that he is there, and just kind of being weird.
Really fitting that old weird guy
Yeah,
description.
you putting together a little history for him. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting on a bench with holes cut out of a magazine, staring through it.
Oh, Brax would probably do what I normally do before a show, and that would be take the flyers from that have been printed out here, where I always get my flyers, and go and just put them up all over town, and try to drum up as much hype around the show as possible. Because I mean, it's twofold. Bigger crowd is obviously better for a DJ career, but it's also better for just making chaos.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Jeff, what do we roll to promote a concert?
I would probably put out and perform. So yes, eSparks, you find yourself wandering down the strip, taking a left. It's still a little chilly out. I mean, we are still at the end of winter, beginning of spring, but it's just kind of warm in the city. You know, the
Yeah.
concrete and buildings just soak that heat up and just kind of disperse it. Yeah, you'll find yourself standing outside of the Gin and Tonic.
First thing Sparks is going to do is, if he has any flyers, he's just going to literally just put them on everything, like lampposts. Like, if there's a guy just sleeping on the ground, he'll probably just cover the guy in a couple of posters. Like, spread the word too, but more of the be as obnoxious as possible. So if there's like a random CCTV, he'll put it over the lens and continue on. And eventually he will find his way into the bar, and he is going to look for a pool table and hang out with the pool sharks and
Okay.
just chat with them, because pool sharks like to chat too.
Yeah, you'll meet a group of halflings running a pool table that will kind of shoot the shit with you, make jokes, and wonder what you're up to and what you're doing here as they're looking over the flyers that you're handing out.
Well, you see, there's this concert here in town, and I've always found myself drawn to the music of the technical type. So came up this way, and it's nice here. I don't get to hang out at the casinos too often. They lots of bright lights, a little distracting when you're trying to gamble.
Yeah, as you're holding their attention, go ahead and give me your bluff.
23.
So with the 23, you're talking a good game, you're mentioning these things up. Some of the guards nearby will, of course, be overhearing you chat and kind of watching as you are able to kind of hustle with these halflings that have been running this table for the last hour.
So as Sparks is kind of keeping the attention, I'm going to kind of, quote unquote, let it slip. I hear there's a little bit more going on behind the scenes. I hear a couple people are trying to hit a big score. Something about some pretty decent amount of cash getting passed around. Counting cards, stuff like that. You guys seem to shock a good game. Anything that's a little bit more decently wagered?
The two halflings, they look at each other and we haven't heard anything. As you're chatting with them,
I look in and I see Sparky over at the table and I go, fuck. And I walk out and go to the next one.
let's come up with another ridiculous bar name.
I would like to say I have a recently released song that either features or samples eSparks Eddie that's called Spray Paint and Posters.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
All right, let's say, so the other bar you head over to doubles over as a strip club / dancing bar, and we're going to call this place Owl Bears.
Why do
Son
I
of
love
a
it?
bitch. I'm in.
I feel like you could change that into a prayer. Son of a bitch, amen.
Son of a bitch. Eh?
I love that.
Actually, that is what Ruben says as he approaches the Owl Bears. He's not one to frequent this type of establishment. So I'm going to say he's a little embarrassed to be there. It's just not his speed, but he goes in anyways.
Yeah, as you enter in, you can see various dancers up on stage as guards are sitting around in their in plain clothes, sharing drinks and laughing about work. But you'll be able to find yourself a place nearby where you can both overhear them, and if you wanted to be that person at the bar, you can definitely intrude into their conversation.
Yeah, I feel like I'll sit and listen just for a little bit. I'll like get I'll order a drink, whatever they got, and sit and listen for a little while before. Is there anyone who I can see who I think is like really definitely not a guard?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a sense motive.
Maybe actually one of the dancers even. I'll do sense motive anyways, but I think I'm looking for one of the dancers who's like walking around. Sense motive. Ooh, I'm good at that. Oh shit.
Ouch.
Yeah, 9. It's not great.
Yeah, you're having a little bit of a hard time. Maybe it's just kind of like you haven't been in one of these bars kind of before. It's a little distracting between the volumes up too loud.
It's like a sensory overload in here for me, for sure. Flashing lights, a little dark. My eyesight's not too good anymore.
Yeah, and so like, you get the attention of, some of the dancers slash servers that come by, but it's hard to pick out and really sort out which guard's which that you're trying to focus on.
All right. Well, yeah. So I think my strategy here is to get some of the dancers' attention, maybe start buying them drinks or tipping them. I think that's what you do. And but I'm also going to be trying kind of like I'm trying to fake some bravado, and I want to make it kind of obvious that I'm like a nerd, sort of a buff nerd, but a nerd. And I'm kind of trying to like brag about some like high level crime I heard was going to happen, but like make it's like they know that I'm not, involved with it. Like I'm just kind of trying to pretend. Yeah, so that's my thing. Is I'm trying to brag to the dancers about some detective done working for the law, and I think he's going to make a move against the Dream Realm Casino this weekend. Or
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me your bluff.
all right, come on. Hey, all right.
Oh, nice. Excellent. Ruben, you roll a 27. Yeah, you're able to spin this yarn right. Even though your sense motive is a little bit off, right? You're not quite sure where you're aiming this information. You're hitting the notes right. You're able to start putting that out enough to that those guards nearby kind of catch word of this, right? And there's a little bit of that.
Yeah, I heard he was going out for one last job before he splits town.
Yeah, the guards are listening and in, and as the next couple hours go, definitely a few of them will make a point to stop at your table and not to interrupt your spending, but they'll have a couple questions for you.
Oh, for sure. I think I'm gonna try to be playing up that I'm like that. I haven't drank really much of the drink that I got, but I'm gonna try and make it seem like maybe I was drunk when I got here.
Hmm.
You know?
Okay,
Yeah.
kind of just spreading nonsense, but perfect. Okay. Well, you two are at bars. What are Reg and Brax up to?
I wanted to scout actually the casino myself to mostly pay attention to how the guards act, but also to be visibly there to put some actual backbone to the rumor.
Cool. So go ahead and give me either a perception or sense motive, depending on what you're trying to glean from this. As you're walking around on the first few floors of the Dream Realm.
Could I actually argue knowledge corporate to kind of like because I'm trying to like just pick up how they conduct themselves, sort of thing, or is do
Yeah,
I
actually,
okay.
yeah, I'll give it to you on that. You're watching the constant surveillance. The mercenary guys as they're coming in, they're obviously doing their rounds before the big show tomorrow. So obviously they have to be practicing. So go ahead and give me that knowledge corporate.
Awesome. That's an 11. So man.
Yeah, I mean you're not hiding yourself, so people watch as the long duster in the children's TV show T-shirt wanders about this casino as you're looking over at guards that are kind of getting instructions. You can see that all the constant surveillance guys have heavy rifles on their back. You can see though that they do have runes on them that do make them non-lethal, though it looks like those can be disabled pretty quickly if need be.
Okay.
They're getting the walkthrough from Narshik, which is the lizard folk, the head of the guards here. You look up, and on one of the higher floors, looking down, you can see Solemn, the head of security.
Can I tell, like, are they using some form of walkie-talkie or something to communicate with each other from distances, or does it seem more like they're using like the slivers or whatever?
Yeah, it looks like these ones here, they're using HCOM, so they are using kind of a walkie-talkie setup.
Okay. I mean, that's most of the information I wanted to glean. So if I am aware enough that they have spotted me, I'll even make sure that I'm dancing in not real dancing, but like in front of a camera being suspicious for like we'll say an hour before I just kind of stealth away and disappear as though I was never there.
Okay, awesome.
If I see like more than two of those guards leave, I would probably try to I don't know if it's a text on the HCOM or how, but I would try to let Reg know since I know that he's headed to the casino just so that he doesn't get caught tonight.
Yeah.
Then I will use that as the kind of the breaking point. If there's enough of the people who knows what or quote unquote knows, then I will leave. And I'll leave. Well, yeah, I'll probably have to keep that hidden that I'm on a phone, unless I'm. The HCOM has like a camera feature, right?
Yep.
So I will actually tie that into it. I will make it look as though I'm taking pictures. Again, being as not good at this as possible. While I'm actually, checking the messages or what have you.
Perfect. Okay. You definitely give off the vibe that you're casing the joint.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then Brax, what are you up to?
I would assume that, correct me if I'm wrong, but I assume some of the like setup for tomorrow of like the area the concert will be made, like the stage and all that extra stuff, is mostly set up already. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, imagine a lot of the big stuff set up, but for each DJ, they're kind of checking with like, oh, hey, where do you want these energy conduits? Do you want them close to the stage, further away? Where do you want the smoke machines?
So first I'd put up all the flyers, and then I would go to the stage and just get a lay of the land. I don't tell anyone I'm DJ Deadbolt, and I probably blend in well enough as just like a tech dude who's there to set up tech anyways. So that's what I mean. I'm trying to look like that, but I just want to get the general idea of the setup. Like you said, it's like in front of the casino.
It's in front of the casino, so imagine there's like the place where people can drive in,
Mhm.
drop off, and then they'd go off somewhere else to park.
Mhm.
This is you kind of taking over like half of their parking on one side. So that if you're inside the casino, it's very easy to look out and see the show from a different angle.
Yeah.
We've sold out the area below for people to kind of come on foot and be outside in the show.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I mainly just kind of get the lay of the land more than anything. I'd probably shoot a text to whoever my like labeler manager is to figure out who the. I know we joked about it, but my assumption is that for the concert, I might start the set as DJ Deadbolt, but then I'll have one of the stand-in people because I wear the helmet, so I'm technically anonymous. Come do it for me. So I'd probably text them and be like, "Hey, which lizard folk is it this week that's doing it?" Just to figure out which one it is.
Your agent would. Oh yeah, we got a few good guys. Not a problem.
Wonderful. I would thank them, and then I mean, I don't really, I don't need to set up too much. It would just be more. If anything, I'm also there in case Reg gets in trouble. That's pretty much all I do.
All right, excellent. Yeah.
I had one more thing I actually wanted to see with the guards that are hanging out at the gin and tonic. I want to see if they have any of their HCOMs with them. Since Eddie does deal with security guards pretty frequently, I want to see if I can see any type of like radio communication or anything like that to see if they're using it or if there's anything that I notice.
Yeah, you can tell these guys are all kind of like off duty right now, but they do have the double cell phone thing going on.
Okay.
So they have like their work phone and their personal one.
Okay. Can I tell the difference between the two of them, or is it like black and black and black and black?
Yes, yeah, you can definitely tell because they all have the same work phone,
Okay.
but they all might have different kind of personal ones.
I'm gonna shoot a text out in complete emoticons where it's gonna be like cell phone, hand, question mark.
Yeah, I respond 2 thumbs up.
Okay.
Is it the group? Is it a group text?
Yes, it's a group text.
Ruben sends ... question mark.
Reg sends toy gun emoji.
All right.
Question mark, like.
I don't know how well this is gonna go, but I'm gonna try to maybe when one of them is distracted, maybe when they hit the head or something, maybe I'm gonna try swiping one of their work phones.
Alrighty, go ahead and give me that sleight of hand.
Come on, Eddie.
24.
Oh, that's a really good.
I just did a fist pump a little bit right there.
One of the guards there, she gets up and like, I gotta use the bathroom. Takes off as the other ones order another round for the table. One of the guys goes over to put some music in the jukebox. And then, you see your opening. You're able to swipe the work phone off the table without any of them noticing.
And then I'm just going to walk out and just continue graffitiing and spreading as many flyers as I can. And I'm actually going to focus in on like if I see any rowdy kids, teens, college kids that are going to clearly be trouble if they get it too many in the group, I'm going to hand them flyers. I'm going to go look for troublemakers to add to this party.
Back at Owlbears, Ruben, the guards there, a few of them will now kind of, so what's this Reg look like?
I've never seen him. I heard he's like an old detective, and he's trying to get out of the game. He wants to leave the city behind, and but yeah, I never seen him.
Talking like ex-black cat, or where's the?
What now? A black cat? No, he's not a cat. He's a person.
They're like, no. Is he? Do you know what crime syndicate he works for?
No, he's a detective, man. Like a private eye or something. I don't know. Crime syndicate. Is there crime syndicates in this town? I gotta be careful.
Yeah, the guards will kind of laugh and he must be one of them coyotes from Duskband or something.
No, I think he lives in town. I don't think he's from. It's not. He didn't come in from Duskband. I don't know. I don't know what you're all talking. Are you listening to what I'm saying?
But with your previous 27 on bluff,
Yeah,
you can definitely tell they seem to eat it up a little bit before a couple of them would leave a tip on the table for the person for bringing drinks over to them, but they'd walk away from you. Unbeknownst to you at this point, somewhere in the city, eSpark's second phone would go off with just a faint, "Hey, we might have trouble tomorrow," to a work group chat text message that is sent out.
yeah. And if the guards are they, you said they just walked away from me, or they're
Yeah, they go
left?
back to their own table.
All right, yeah. I would try to wait like a non-conspicuous amount of time before like making a big show of, I don't know if I have a wallet, but like opening it up and not having any money and then leaving.
Oh man, look at the time. I am.
I'm just like making like I can't afford to be here anymore. But like
Perfect.
I definitely want to pay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you do that classic like open the wallet and the moth flies out and you kind of look around and
Yeah, exactly.
drift out the front door and out into the street.
Yeah, as I walk out the front door, I imagine I see one of the posters for the show,
Mhm.
and I like loudly, I'm just like, oh, it looks like there's gonna be a concert. All right, and I just like walk away, kind of talking to no one.
I send in the group chat the phone emoji and then question mark. Or like enough time has passed.
You'll get a selfie from on top of a miscellaneous building with the cell phone in my hand and just me narrow eyeing it with the group text that popped up on it that is left unread.
Wonderful. I send 2 thumbs up again.
At that point, you probably get a voice memo from Ruben. Like, hey, yeah, I think that went well. See y'all later. Good night.
Reg, just good night.
This would be the great spot of where the camera kind of zooms away as you guys finish this up. We cut back to that interrogation room as Parvo's got his arms crossed and just kind of staring at Reginald. And wait. So your big plan is to get caught?
Yeah, it's working so far, ain't it?
He and Narshik will kind of laugh, and I don't think you understand. You're not going to leave this room.
We'll see. I mean, the night's not over yet.
But yeah, we cut away again as we cut back to the morning of you guys all kind of coming together again after getting some rest, getting those early morning victuals, those greasy breakfasts that we love so much.
Greasy.
Eddie, we talked about you being out of town. Are you staying with me here, or do you have your own like motel or something?
I don't even think Eddie thought that far. He probably has some tent that he's hidden out somewhere.
Okay, for sure. Yeah.
Like, is it even hidden? Like, or is it actually just like under a bridge sort of thing?
Yeah, it's probably like what used to be a nice tent that he just found that he spray painted, and then he just kind of found a place that is out of the way enough to where people leave him alone, and that's where he just kind of camps out. There's a big EDM concert going on. I'm pretty sure there's people camping out everywhere.
Honestly,
good point.
I would believe that. I actually believe that you would be close by to those. Like, that's just where you'd be setting your tents. Close
Yeah.
enough to where people just assume that you're part of it, but like far away enough to you don't have to deal with them until you want them.
Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely not hard for you to kind of urban camp, especially with people going up to Summit's Nest and Reprise nearby to be part of the EDM shows up in the mountains and with the races going on. So it works pretty well for you to just kind of blend in with the urban environment.
Everyone's welcome to come over to my place for breakfast. I have a house here. Actually, it's just a few blocks from the library. I even got an extra room, but yeah, I'm probably having breakfast and coffee, doing a crossword.
Is it like an actual house or is it like an apartment?
Well, I imagine it's an apartment, right? I don't know. Golden, I imagine it would be hard to have like a full-on house. It seems like it's like more likely to be an apartment, unless there's like a little cottage I could live in near the library.
In the city proper, it's probably like you got like a nice condo.
For sure, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
my next question is it on the first floor or on the second floor?
Ooh, I imagine if it's up to me, I'd say first floor for Ruben.
Perfect. First floor.
Yeah, I'm cool with meeting at Ruben's.
I feel like Reg, if he would have like known about the offer of a room, he would have totally taken it, but not taken the room. He would just sleep on the couch because like that's more comfortable to him.
Yeah, for
So-
sure. Couch is nice. Yeah, it's one of them pullouts, but like I think actually when you it's more comfortable if you just sleep on it in. It kind of I slept on it once when my parents came to town, and ooh boy, my back. It really got me.
Okay. For the breakfast, Reginald would probably just have some toast. Keep it light.
In the background while you guys are hanging out, you can hear the practice DJs and kind of the performers kind of getting ready. So like in the background, there's like a light EDM music kind of playing.
So Eddie would actually show up with donuts, and instead of showing up at the front door, he'd probably show up on like the side door and tap. These are probably stolen donuts.
As normal, I say nothing. And I open the side door or the window that you're coming in. How are you getting in here? You just not the front door is the main.
Not the front door.
Yeah.
Front door is too mainstream.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not spray painted enough.
Yep.
I'll have my laptop out and I'll look to Eddie and I'll say, so that phone you got, what are we? You think we can get anything else from that?
He sets it down. He's like, well, they got that group chat going on, and knowing a lot of these security taps, they I wouldn't say they are the quintessential intelligent of the guard variety. They tend to like to chit chat a lot. So I've left all the messages unread just in case. But here you go. So have fun.
Reg would speak up. Do we know anyone who has the technical knowledge to like clone that? Because it would make more sense if, say, I had that on my person when they caught me, so that they know that I know what's going on.
Do any of us have the technical know-how to do that?
Yeah, I'm willing to say it's a computer use check, but it's going to be a tough one. So it'd be like DC 25.
I'd have to get like a 20, but I'm okay with trying it. I have a +8.
I could help. I got 5 in computer use despite my earlier roll.
You guys can definitely do like the, all the people who want to aid roll first and then the last person rolls to get that bonus. I'm totally fine with the group effort of stolen donuts and copying cell phones.
That's my warnings every day.
I feel like it is interesting that I am the only android on the team and I have no computer use skills.
hey, you're breaking stereotypes,
Yeah.
Yeah, fight the man.
I have a +10 to rolling.
So, yeah.
So I don't know what we want to do.
So
you guys
we
aid me
help
or-
you.
Okay,
Yeah. So I'll roll to hell. Here, I'm rolling to hell.
Oh,
God,
Ah!
no! Double nines!
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
quite literally, Reg. The only thing you could have rolled to not help was a nat 1, and you got a nat
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
It was from that 20 when it didn't matter earlier, Like the.
yeah. So I need a 15 or higher. I'd have to hit 25. 21.
There's a little bit of software on here that is probably from the casino itself that's kind of getting in the way of, because you've done this before. It's not terribly hard,
Yeah.
but this time it seems there's just a little more stacked against you.
Can I ask a question about this phone? Is it locked, or like, do we have access? Can we open and read the messages, or is it like we just can see the notifications as they pop up?
Yeah, so imagine these are work phones, so like they're basically Nokias with like a little bit bigger screen.
All right.
So they don't really have a lock function as much.
All right. So here's an idea. Is what if we just take like a screenshot of the front screen and send it to a burner phone, and then you have that in your pocket. So just when they open it, they see it looks like a work. If for like a second, it looks like it's a work phone that they have, and then we have the real one to do something with. I don't really know what yet, but I think it'll come in useful.
But gotta fake it, I guess.
Could I try to just like make a burner phone seem like one of the work phones?
Yeah, go buy a spare phone that's close enough to it.
And then just, I don't know, try to make, like, copy whatever apps or software, the most basic stuff they have on here.
Yeah, it won't stand up to like actual scrutiny, but
Yeah, I almost I always wanted to make it seem like that if Reg, I mean, we could not do this. This is just an idea I'm throwing out there. We could make it seem like Reg like wiped it right before they got it to him or something like that, so that like they think they found the phone or something.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense to me.
Okay, yeah. No, that totally fits. Yeah, you can see a few of the messages on the original phone as you guys are setting up the fake one. A couple of people kind of messaging like, hey, are you going to cover my shift today? Haven't heard back from you yet. Let me know as soon as you can, mate. Let me know that you got this.
Is it to this phone or just
Yeah.
the group chat?
To this phone.
Oh my God. Tell them they'll take the shift, then they
Yep.
get in trouble.
That's
Sorry.
exactly what I was
thinking-
gonna say.
I was just thinking that.
I feel like as soon as that pops up, we all give each other a look, and then somebody should respond. Don't worry, I'll cover it.
Yeah.
I mean, probably look at past messages to see how they would normally reply to those when they accept it, if there's any things like that, just to like fit the way that they speak.
Yeah. It would be weird if they like talk normally and then we start responding like Eddie does, like in all emojis or something.
Yeah.
I'll just hand the phone to you, Reg. I'll let you do that while I go buy a burner phone or something that looks vaguely like this one, or enough like this one to hopefully pass as this one that was wiped.
I just kind of go through some message history just to see, like, have they accepted people's shifts before? And if so, how do they respond to it? Get a good idea of how they speak.
Yeah, not hard to do. Since it's all through the work phone, it's all pretty formal, like, yes, I accept that shift, and I'm confirming that I took it. Ruben, you'll get the message from, let's call her Ethel. She's the android who helps you run the library.
That is an incredible librarian name.
Yeah. That's a perfect librarian name.
Ethel would send you the message, Ruben, that she's at work and she understands that you've requested the next couple days off, and just letting you know that everything's going fine.
Yeah, I text back, thank you, ...
Just, okay.
It's because I'm old and I don't understand what that means.
Reg would kind of like, after sending the message, he will look at both Ruben and Sparks and be like, okay, so you guys said rumors. Is there any information I have to be like clear on? Did you describe me in a weird way or anything?
Nah, I just said you was gonna be trying to get a big skull using counting cards and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just talking about how you were trying to get one last heist in before you left town, but I didn't know too much about it. I don't even name you really. I just said some old detective kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't. But I think they bought it. Should we try and hit up Lortalix before we during the day today? See what's going on. Do we have bribing money, or can we promise bribing money?
I mean,
It would be good to have someone on cameras that could
yeah.
at least hide some of our involvement or like focus on you, Reg, specifically, which they might be doing anyways. But
How much scratch you talking we need?
I think we need a lot, because here's the thing: if we talk to Lortalix and it's not enough, we're kind of hosed.
Why don't we go and kind of like see what they would be asking for? Obviously, we know the rumors that they want to leave, so they need some money to help them leave. But if we could offer other things, then I mean, it's cheaper, right?
Yeah, I wonder. I think it's a delicate operation.
Remind me again, this woman who works the security cameras, she's specifically looking for like another job or like to skip town, or what was it again?
Skip town, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Correct. Done working out here and wants to basically retire / leave town and find a place down by the beach.
Gotcha.
Y'all.
I wonder what we could, I don't know. I don't even know how to approach that, to be honest with you. But it might be worth checking in.
Obviously, we don't have to actually quantify it, but would the check I would be getting, or DJ Deadbolt would be getting for performing for this, would that be enough money?
It's a decent amount. I would say whoever is going to speak would probably want to bring that in with like a diplomacy.
Okay.
Do we have funds currently? Like, can we do like a half now or part now, part later thing? I wonder. Yeah, I don't know. It feels risky to me, but it feels like kind of a high risk, high reward situation.
Uh-huh. I was more just clarifying that, like, that enough, if like in general, obviously depending on roles and stuff, but if that's enough money to even like be able to roll for it, if that makes sense. Like if it's small enough where she would be like, take it, she wouldn't take it no matter what.
If you were going to sign over like your earnings for this show, It's enough to make her consider it, which is where I'd say the diplomacy is there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Versus if you had a number that was just like ridiculously high, that's like,
Yeah.
there's no role here. Hey, do you want your entire life changed? Then we'd go with something else.
Does it have to be diplomacy? Could we bluff her into leaving if we had that check or promised her that check? And do we have to actually give her the check? Is the next part of that question.
Wow.
Well, yeah, I'd just be worried about if we talk to her and she turns on us, like that's it, right? I mean, she's got all the cards, or at least
Mhm.
enough of them to really flush us out. And
Well, my thought is I go as DJ Deadbolt now. There's already people practicing and setting up. DJ Deadbolt is technically no one knows who they are. So if I am in full getup with my helmet on to go talk to her, at the very least, DJ Deadbolt is the only one in trouble. Not to mention it would be my check as well. So that's my thought.
She's cybersecurity, right? Or camera security?
Mhm.
Yeah, cybersecurity.
And she's wanting to retire? Or is she wanting a new job?
I think retire.
Retire, basically get out of the city, like not be part of this.
I think I know where you're going. Like, if we could offer them a different job outside of this, then that's also a thing. Because, like, I'm assuming with your all your guys' like musical things, you could probably entice them to have that sort of life or help them in some way as well.
Oh, that's a
Right.
genius idea. She works cameras, right? Like security cameras?
Yeah.
Would there be a translation to like running the camera setup for like the live stream of like concerts?
Yeah, I'd say you'd probably be able to do that.
Okay, I would text my manager or whoever represents me, label, all that stuff, whatever, to like see if there's any like touring companies or specifically prominent artists that are looking for like a videographer head or something like that. And just see what's out there outside of the city.
Yeah, so your agent will. Yeah, let me take a look around. Let me see what I got for you. See what we can find.
Okay, I thank them.
Okay.
Did I get the burner phone or have I not done
You
that
did,
yet?
yeah.
Okay, I will make it look as if it is a wiped version of the work phone or attempt to.
While trying to figure out what we can offer Lortalix.
yeah, Lord Alex. Also, what do we want from her specifically? Like, we trying to get her to shut the cameras down at some point, or just keep them off us?
Well, if we can get a quote unquote job lined up, we could probably set it up where there's an interview at the same time we are going in. That way, it's someone not as skilled as they are on the cameras.
Well, I was even thinking if they're on the cameras, if we can get them converted to working with us, right?
Keep the camera where we want it.
We can get the cameras where we want them. It gives you guys more information about where guards are so that it's easier for you guys to not be spotted by them.
Okay. That actually makes more sense than what I had.
Yeah.
If we can get like a live stream in Sparky's helmet that's just like showing us where, like patch the cameras through or something like that. I don't know how that works. But
Oh.
I don't have a helmet.
Okay. Step one: get you a helmet.
oh yeah, I'm sorry. Who has someone has a helmet?
Oh
That's
yeah,
Brax.
that's me.
Brax,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That's a player error. That's a skill issue. Not
Yeah, skill issue. Skill issue.
Ruben.
Skill issue.
Ruben knows who he's talking to. He's not that old.
That's okay. I forgot I had a helmet. I was like, well, too bad none of us have helmets. So
And I wasn't
Yeah.
even thinking about a helmet until it was stated because I was just thinking like if you guys just have your HComs, I assume they have like their smartphones sort of thing, right?
Mhm.
So you just be able to like, yep, this is a camera feed.
But yeah, anyways, it does seem like Lord Talix could help us. I just worry, like I don't have much savings. I don't know what I could really offer. But I've got, whatever I have, I'm willing to put on the table for this. Maybe I could see about taking out a second mortgage on this condo.
I think if we manage to get a job lined up and I give her my stage check, I think that would be. I don't think we would need any more.
Bribery at its finest.
Yeah. I mean, if they are more set in stone about like just leaving, then I'm totally okay with going with them, keeping them safe if they help us. Because I have no reason to stay around after the job is done.
That's a really good idea. You'd probably want to skip town anyways.
Normally, especially with how it seems that's going.
At the very least for some time. That's really smart.
Staying around would be a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing that we need you guys, well, specifically y'all need to figure out would be how you're getting in and getting to me wherever they take me.
Well, if it's during the concert, I've got my way in. I can ride the electric train all the way up to wherever it goes and get in from there. Or maybe it's sneaking around. They got air ducts, right? Might be a little clanky, but
We know from the layout that if they were going to be questioning someone, do we think that would be on the 7th floor or the 8th floor?
7, yeah.
I thought it was 6.
I mean,
No,
No,
6 is
6
that
is-
entertainment mystery floor. We don't know what's going on there.
that's the dice floor.
Yeah,
It's the
probably
roll
be
of
the
dice.
8th floor, the barracks.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Which means you guys would probably need some sort of security key card or something to get access to that. At least that would be my best guess.
Yeah. Is there any way that when I was doing my work in the library, I could have kept a key card or something that would maybe give me access to that 11th floor, or did at the time, and we could try and reprogram it or something?
Okay, I'm down.
Because then we could try and stop the elevator and climb out through the top or something like that.
Let's do the flashback, right? We cut back to you walking around the library. You can see. Give me 2 things. Give me a perception check.
Right.
As w-
Perception. This is a straight roll, y'all.
Oh god.
I believe.
Ooh.
Ah.
I'm focused on my work.
So you know that there seem to be 2 guards that are always stationed in the library, but you didn't notice anything else about the defenses or if there's anything else up there at the moment. Trying to make sure you got to bring home this pass.
What I imagine I would do is try to try and bluff my way, and not necessarily that I would talk them into letting me keep it, but I would just talk so much about the books in the library that they would be bored and just want me to leave, and maybe they just forgot that I still had the card on me. Right, I'm like, oh, the spines on these ones over here, you don't see it like that. Usually they're broken, but these ones are in such good condition. And that the full set, I've only ever seen 5 of those at one, but there's actually 6 in here. And some of these books, they're a little thick, but I like the way you store them on their sides there because it keeps the binding neutral. My parents have a book binding business back in Core Junction, and they would just love it in here. It's absolutely beautiful, the stuff that y'all do here. Great collection. I work at the library, obviously. And outside of that library, I've never seen a better collection than this. And I would just keep going on like that for...
You can see the guard kind of looking at his watch as he's like, oh my god, make this stop. Go ahead and give me that bluff check.
All right, okay, come on, baby. Ooh-wee. Oh, it's close.
Delicious.
Got that 19.
As the guard kind of sense motives and doesn't seem to pick up on anything here, is just kind of like, I really need to get going. The books are here, right? You confirm the books are here?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, they're right over here. I looked at them. They look very authentic. I saw the scribe in the corner there.
Okay,
and,
thank you.
What you
All
can
right,
see
great.
about the bindings is the way you can see that they have been read, but not that many times. Oh, and he shoves me into the elevator or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see him just swipe his own card to just kind of push you in there and like, thank you for your time. I'll tell Sprite that you confirmed it. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. You have a good day. You take care of those books. Maybe read some of them. They're real.
As he's just like pushing the close button.
I laughed so hard I coughed. Good thing I muted my mic.
All right, at this point, back at the house, I pull out the key card and I think this will do it.
Reg just keeping his composure because he's not me. He's not laughing about what was just described. So he just thumbs up. Cool.
I take a look at the key card. Is it obvious what floors it gives access to?
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Do I know that this is one that just gets me to the 11th floor, or does it have Yeah,
you can see there's a little part of it that flips over that makes it for like a USB key. So when you kind of plug it in, you can see that this does just give access to the library. So to the elevators and into the library floor. So imagine something where if you swiped it on a floor that you're not supposed to be on, it would probably send an alert to Lord Alex, letting you know that it's being used in an off area.
Is there a way to almost like hotwire it to give it to like bypass that and give it access to more floors with what we have right now, or
I was going
no?
to ask that too. Yeah, like.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. It's just going to require a computer use check.
All right, let's.
Oh,
what do
man.
we going
Yeah.
one more time, Reg and Ruben?
Yeah,
Here,
I will
I've got-
totally help.
As
I got
Eddie
one.
just-
I got one question. Oh, that's a good one. Generally, if you're on a floor, you can always get back to the lobby, but you can't necessarily go up. And so this would get us access to the 11th floor, and then we'd be able to go down theoretically back to the lobby. And I imagine the elevators have like emergency stops on them because that exists, And yeah, so I think even if we can't make this work, I do think there's a world where we emergency stop the elevator, just above the 7th floor. Someone gets out the top, does some cool stuff in the shaft, and then I ride it. The rest of us ride up to the 11th to do something else.
Yeah.
Anyways, here's computer use. Okay, come on.
I think this is just for, just for simplicity's sake, if we could just be able to say it always works.
Oh my god! Oh my
Hey,
god!
You helped! You helped!
So,
All right, you got a +4 to this.
okay. Oh my god!
Oh,
Got a natural one.
Oh no! That actually ends up being a 17 on a natural one. That's pretty good. Or no, sorry, a 15.
15, yeah.
It's a 15, which is still a good roll, right? Like, this does not mean that you've fritzed out the card or it's broken or anything. You're just looking at it, you're like, there's no safe way for me to make the changes that you want to do without losing access to it.
Yeah, definitely not like the classic horrible GM move of where you're like, yeah, you roll so bad you snap it in half. Actually, you no longer have a key card. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna be honest,
your
guys.
dog-
I think it's
Your dog just died.
Yeah. Your dog even
no.
Yeah, maybe it's the same program they have on the work phones that
God, whoever's
they're-
making these programs really got my number. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I can. I think it's too much of a risk. I think we'll just go with what Ruben said, a little less tact maybe, but still gets the job done.
Well, yeah, I think the plan B of like just stopping the elevator on a floor, because we have access, we can gain access to some of the floors without needing a key card.
It's mostly for like the where they're storing, where they would be storing Reg, right? Like the 8th floor, you would probably need a key card to get in there.
Right, but I'm saying to get access to the elevator, we don't need the key card, right? It's a public access elevator. Elevators have ropes. Ropes are climbable.
Yeah, I think also there's also the chance that it probably has like fire stairs. So if we get up above, we could try and go down, and then we'd probably have to bust a door. But we could probably get to whatever floor we like if we're willing to, crack a few eggs.
That's true. As a
Both
lizard
ways
folk,
sound like there's going to be destruction. I'm game for either.
as a
Surprised
lizard
you're not
folk, I
carrying
will.
explosives.
No. Explosives are not subtle, and they're too destructive. You might hurt other people. I'm just out to mess with the corpse.
If you shake a spray can enough, it'll blow up.
And if you crush it enough, it will blow up.
Yeah,
Just have to shoot it.
that's also true. If you shoot something, normally it blows up. So our current plan, Reg gets caught. We all. Oh, I guess we still need to talk to what's her name.
Yeah, and there's another thing that just popped in my head. Because we would know this because we've staked out the place multiple times by now. Well, us carrying weapons in, they're probably not letting us carrying weapons in, I assume.
To kind of set that cyberpunky kind of Blade Runner feel. People are allowed to bring weapons in, though. If you are going to bring a weapon in, it does have to have a non-lethal rune on it.
Mm-hmm. How hard is it to remove those?
Does require a bit of magical ability. They can be pretty tough. You've probably done it before, but it's not like an on-off kind of switch. It's once they adhere to the gun or the weapon, unless they're removed correctly, it can take about a minute or so to kind of like peel them off without damaging the weapon.
Okay. So yeah, without, I don't know if the group has actually discussed how bloody we're gonna be, but that would just be something to bring up to them is just, well, I mean, if we're gonna want weapons that don't have those, we're gonna need to bring them in secretly, which we do have one alternative way of getting stuff in, so.
Would the person who hired us, Arcs, right? Would he have had a preference on lethal or non-lethal?
Arx wants the books by any means necessary.
Okay.
So
Yeah, and I think the non-lethal it'll knock them out, and there's not really any need to. We don't need to kill anyone, right? I mean, unconscious is unconscious.
Reg, with that statement, Reg would just kind of, well, to me, if they're shooting lethal at us, then we should be shooting lethal at them. You know, that's just the way that these sort of fights go on. If we're not shooting lethal and they are, we're at a disadvantage.
All right. Well, so maybe what we got to do today is we got to go talk to Litalix, what her press is, and I imagine we have a way to get in contact with Arx and see if he's got the ability to like make a drop for us in the building somewhere where we'd be able to grab some weapons.
Well, I was thinking because Sparks could easily just bring the weapons in. He said he had an alternate way in, right? If he's not being stopped by security.
Unless security is hanging out on the building side, I don't see one getting in my way. Plus, Eddie don't use firearms. Eddie's got his fists.
Brax, you're doing a switch out, right? You're gonna have a double doing your set. What if there's like you can convince the casino to do something where you get raised up into the sky and brought in to a higher floor, and then your double is there and comes down instead of you. With that, I don't know. Maybe that's stupid. I don't know.
I mean, that might mean that they would want to put security at the top, which could make things more difficult for Sparks, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. I didn't think about that.
But I mean, Sparks, you may be using your fists, but I need my guns. So if you can bring my guns in without, the tag, I would be very much in appreciation.
I can do that. Sounds fun. Oh, I mean, no, don't hurt the corpo scumbags.
I mean, all I ask is you don't scratch my boomstick, okay?
You should. I looked at Reg. I said you should clarify. He can't paint it either.
At that, Reg would look visibly upset. Don't you even?
Sparks just kind of slowly puts a can of black spray paint back in the bandolier.
The pistol, I don't give a damn. You can spray paint it pink if you want, but not my boomstick, okay?
At least he was gonna do the tamest color, black. So I think that means he likes you, Reg. Has my whatever manager represents whatever, have they gotten back to me about any job positions yet, or no?
Yeah, they sent you a message back saying, "Sorry, Deadbolt. I'm not seeing anything over in the area you're talking about."
That's all right. I thank him.
Deadbolt, you got any use for a camera manager? I mean, could you hire her?
I mean, I live here, so.
I mean, but
it would be tough
they
for
could work
her.
from home, no? If you're just looking for someone to handle streams and stuff.
Yeah, possibly. Is that? I don't know, Jeff. Is that something that's feasible?
Yeah, it's something you could definitely try to work on the back end. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I will pitch the idea of like a long distance videographer to whatever upper management I have access to that run like my shows and stuff.
Yeah, go and give me that diplomacy.
Could I actually are you doing this over the comms? Like, are you calling them or are you texting them about this?
I'd probably call them because I feel like it's better to get like a point across that way than just like text somebody like, hey, can you make a job position? So probably on the phone.
I want to find a way that I could like be in the background hyping them up about like, how great their camera skills are and how secure this place is just by like being exuberant. And I'm pretty sure his manager would know who Sparks is because of how he is. So I want to see if I can, because it's the, he's an EDM guy. So it's the like, Sparks probably gets to every concert and everyone knows who he is because he's the one graffitiing everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe you're like a reference for like, like Brad Braxton be like, yeah, Sparky's got a good lead on a videographer. I think we get some good videos out of it. Push the reach.
I imagine my management doesn't like you, Eddie, but they like, but they know that you like have a pulse on my target demographic.
Mm-hmm.
So they respect that. But as a person and as being, they probably despise you.
Right.
But,
I am more than okay with this.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'll try to do that.
So yeah, go ahead and do this then. Sparks, go and give me the role that you want to aid with, whether it's your own diplomacy.
I
A
s-
13, a 13 still passes.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It doesn't have that Sparks energy. Like you're trying to hype it up, but
I sound too corpo.
yeah,
Yeah, like in the
as
weirdest way, you're pandering to them too much, and they're like, something's up with him.
this guy doesn't say please and thank you to me.
If you don't finish a conversation with Eddie and not feel weird, something went wrong. I'll tell you that much. And a 28 on diplomacy.
Oh, hell yeah. With that
So
+2, that's a
30.
30. You can almost actually tie in that one that Sparks gets this a little bit because they're focused in on what DJ Deadbolt's saying.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you want a video person, fuck yeah, let's get a video person in here. They'll stop and what is Sparks going on about? Whatever. Whatever you need, DJ Deadbolt, whatever you need, we're going to make it happen.
Cool. This would be the first time I use my DJ voice because I kind of forgot about this on the phone, so I would be talking like this the whole time through the whole conversation because I kind of forgot that we did it over the phone. But yeah, I have the back and forth in that voice, and yeah, that's great. I say thanks as always. DJ Deadbolt signing out, and I hang up, and I say okay, so we got her a job.
Cool.
Well, presumably,
I
and we have the
mean,
check.
still need to offer it to her.
Yes. Probably makes the most sense for me to do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, in your disguise, right? Like I think, like as DJ, yeah.
Yeah, DJ Deadbolt to offer that.
Yeah.
We've worked together before in the library stuff. I think both you, Reg, and Ruben would know like everything that's going on with DJ Deadbolt. With all the half of the performances aren't even me. I don't want anyone to know Brax is actually DJ Deadbolt, all of that stuff.
Actually, I kind of want to, I don't know if it beats your vibe, so you could say no to this. I want to say, Reg just figured it out doing, what Reg does.
Oh, for sure. When you work with a PI, I'm not going to be like, I'm just going to assume you would know. We probably never had a
Right.
conversation about it, but I'm like, yeah, he knows. It's his job to figure stuff out about.
And just that, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
So I guess I'll head to the casino unless we have anything else to do, or you guys can do stuff while I go try to track her down.
I mean, arguably someone might want to go with you just to have a hype man or something. I was also wondering if we could try and talk to them away from the casino, but I don't know.
That's something I was thinking is maybe find them when they're not at the casino because then it's not as suspicious.
That's
Because then
true.
you're not having just a random job offer at your place of work, which is kind of normally frowned upon anyway.
Yeah, I would say that Reg knows where Lortalix has to park since they sectioned off that area for the concert.
Mm.
Hmm.
And she's going to be having to work tonight. Reg already knows kind of where they're going to have to park. You can already have DJ Deadbolt meet them basically at their car.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
Yeah.
that's not creepy or anything.
Yes. That's not going to sketch them out even a little bit. Is there a way you could have your management contact them with a message or something? Just be like, hey, we're something so it's
mean-
not as creepy.
So I was kind of wondering if perhaps there's a way we could already have their phone number. I don't know if there's some phone book sort of thing to just look up somebody and just call them and be like, hey, let's chat before you go in today.
Well, we have the work phone. Wouldn't she be considered one of the contacts on the phone? Because we
She
did swipe.
is.
Yeah.
That's actually okay.
That's great.
So, yes, you guys have already reached out and talked to Lortalix about having a meeting with her at her vehicle when she parks. That way you guys can intercept her, not at work, but while you're out in an open area which does not have recording nearby.
I guess that's me as DJ Deadbolt, huh? Well, maybe no. Maybe I should go as Brax and just not say my name because we want her to do something with the cameras, right?
Yeah, maybe you just
Right.
are representing DJ Deadbolt.
Yeah, because I don't want her to be like, if things go wrong, she's like, yeah, this DJ Deadbolt guy told me to do it. But then again, I just have my stand-in take the fall for it. But whatever, it's happened a couple times before.
They know what they're getting into.
Yeah, it pays well, but that's because at any point you could be sent off to jail for things I've done. I guess I'll make my way over there.
You want backup on that at all? I don't really think I should be there, but
Yeah, probably the only backup that would make sense would be Eddie, right? The rest-
Yes. Because I could always just hype up how great the job is, act like I work for you, but I really don't.
I mean, if you want, you can take the lead on it if you want. I feel like you might be better at this than me.
I mean, are we actually trying to do this like legit, like give it diplomacy, or you want me to bluff this because you don't want me doing diplomacy? I'm not exactly the best at that.
Okay, yeah, maybe I'll take the lead then.
I will be your hype man behind you.
Well, before I leave though, I'd look to Ruben and Reg and be like, so what exactly do we want from her in terms of like the camera work?
I think there's sort of a scale of what we want, right? Like best of all worlds, we have a live feed into some of or all of the cameras and are able to see what they're seeing while she is able to make sure that they are just happen to not be looking in the places that we plan to be, or that she can just turn the cameras off, or like any part of that could help. I don't know that.
Slip in whatever those like loop feeds are where it looks like it's scanning, but it's playing the same thing over and over again or whatever.
Yeah. So, and yeah, I mean, that would be great, right? Anything that would help us to not be seen
Mhm.
inside, because, yeah, I think ideally, right, Reg goes down for something that he's not doing. We get out, and then there's no, they got nothing on him,
Mhm.
and we're able to walk out of there.
Sounds good. Okay. Yeah. Me and Eddie head out then.
While you two are heading out, Reg and Ruben, what are you two up to?
What is left to prepare? We got away from my gun to get to me so that it doesn't have stuff on it.
Yeah, we've got the layout, we've got a plan with the elevator.
Hmm.
I think actually, and I'll follow up with you like privately, Jeff, but I think that Ruben is going to head off to handle some business
Okay.
out in the town. And we don't have to do any type of RP for that. Just, I think he'll be gone for a couple hours.
I guess Reg is just going to start kind of getting closer to the situation, kind of keep his eyes out and ears out, and kind of like be outside of the building. Like just the final steps, right? To see if there's anything that we might need to adjust on the fly while waiting till the proper time to go in and start causing stuff. So he's just gonna go there early, make sure everything is gonna right, keep a good pulse on the situation.
Okay.
But this time not being in front of cameras and stuff, actually stealthing around.
Perfect. So yeah, you guys, I mean, you have a key card, you have access to elevators and whatnot. You have a way for Eddie to get up onto the roof at least. Yeah, how about then we'll cut to Lord Alex as she's parking and getting out of her vehicle. Obviously, kind of a disgruntled look on her face as she's adjusting a couple of her hats. As she looks over and sees the approaching lizard folk and android.
I'd approach. I'd say, "Hello, Lord Elix, correct?"
Yeah.
I motion to Eddie. We represent DJ Deadbolt. We talked about a meeting about a possible job position for you. The sign-on bonus is incredible, let me tell you.
So often I roll percentile dice to just kind of get a vibe of like weird things that might be tied with the character.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, with this 90, so she's like, oh my God, DJ Deadbolt, I love that guy.
Yeah, music's incredible. How would you like to be involved in his process? We could set you up anywhere that has access to the constant. You could work from I don't know the exact number, obviously, but I'd tell her the sign-on bonus, which is the like how much money I would get for performing. I don't tell her that's what it is, obviously, but I tell her that's the sign-on bonus.
Her eyes are getting wide. They're getting that sparkle in it of this is almost too good.
Yeah, so then the shoe drops. All we need from you is we have let's just say some friends of ours might be doing some things in the casino that we don't want the cameras catching them doing. And I can guarantee you this job and this sign-on bonus if you, as they say, make the cameras look the other way, maybe give us access to them. I don't know how comfortable you are with that, or put them on a loop. I've heard wonders about your technical know-how on those things. I'm sure you could explain it or do more than I could ever think of.
She's definitely stoked at the idea of working for DJ Deadbolt. You've definitely hit on giving her that option of being able to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Sparks, what's that hype band?
With her eyes lighting up about like how she loves DJ Deadbolt, I'm going to go into the whole like I'm pretty sure I've got like just miscellaneous swag that I've accumulated over the times and just be like, okay, yeah, now he gives you all these like shirts and these badges, and if you want to see a concert, you can get into the concert for free. It's just ever so much fun getting a chance to do whatever the DJ needs. Now, moving these cameras are also really cool. I can't do it. They don't make sense to me, but I'm pretty sure someone with your technical skills could make even the worst sets that the DJ does scream with excitement and energy.
What skill are you trying to use for this?
Bluff, because I don't actually know if DJ Deadbolt gives swag to his employees.
All right, perfect. Yeah, go ahead and give me that bluff.
29.
Excellent. Yeah, absolutely. We'll say normally 10 gives a +2. We'll say since you beat it so well, you guys are hitting all the right notes, you're going to get a +4 for this one.
Okay, I'm rolling diplomacy.
Yeah, with a +4 bonus.
Please, Lord. Oh, I also get the untyped bonus that increases the +3 when used against targets that have never interacted with you. Is that the case here?
It is.
Okay, so 16 to 18 with that +1 move to +3, and then 22 with Eddie's help. So 22 total.
She's definitely buying in. She wants to do this. It sounds perfect. I mean, I guess cameras can have malfunctions. How long are we talking about?
I guess I have no context of like how long would be useful for like a heist. My assumption is like a couple hours at most.
Okay, yeah.
Would be all we would need.
Yeah,
I can't imagine we'd be in there too long.
if this is something that we would have like talked about, I think we could like
Yeah.
possibly maybe like with the plan that we have that we really only need the cameras to be down for like not that long because it's just for either getting out or getting in and out.
Okay,
Yeah.
so looking for like the classic Jurassic Park window, like, oh,
Yep.
they're gonna be doing some routine resets. It's cameras will turn on and off a little bit. Anybody need a soda? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Someone's down there like cleaning the lenses, something just to give us like even like 30 minutes. Seems like because we wouldn't want to be in there for a super long time, other than Reg, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll ask her for like what would seem like the optimal like 30-minute to hour window of when things
Mhm.
would be going down, I would assume.
Okay, cool. Yeah, she looks excited. She'll say, okay, yeah, I can work with that.
Can I also say I don't know if I would have something like this on me, but like we talked about that like getting a live stream of the cameras, like something that I could give her that would like if she put it in would give us that or something. Is that something feasible for me to like have, or like how would that work?
She can direct a feed for you guys to watch from. She won't give control over it though.
Yeah, that's fine. I want to like offer that up and be like get like a little closer and be like, if you give us that feed we're asking for too, I can promise you some autographed merch.
Yeah, she yeah. Bring the I'll put in my 2 weeks in tonight.
Okay. Do you want to so you want to stick around after tonight, or you want to get out of town right after tonight? Because we do have a guy that can promise you. If you're worried about anything, I know that corpo types can be a little dangerous, so to say. We do have someone who can guarantee your safety.
Okay, yeah. Then
After after all of the, I don't tell her to like leave now because we need her to do the stuff.
Yeah.
After that, she's like, "Cool, I'm gone." It's like, no, wait. Yeah. After all that stuff, and
Okay,
yeah,
perfect. Yeah, she'll meet you at the airport tomorrow morning.
I would have asked Reg wherever he would, because I'm
Yeah.
referring to Reg as the one. So wherever he would have wanted her to meet him tomorrow.
I think it would just give like some nondescript, pretty public location.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you go from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I tell her, go to this nondescript public location tomorrow morning.
Burger.
Actually,
Generic,
that's the
nondescript
name of the
public location.
bar.
Yeah.
The name of the bar is nondescript public
Nondescript
location. There you go. I helped.
Oh yeah, everybody loves NDPL.
And then yeah, I'll tell her to wait 1 second, and then me and Eddie will go around a corner, and then I'll literally sign that merch he had on him, and then I'll come back and act like we went and got it, and then give it to her. And then thank her. Have I been paid yet for the concert? If I haven't, I'll like pay her later. If I have, I'll give it to her now.
Yeah, you've got your signing bonus.
I'll send her the bonus as well. Again, under the guise that like it's from the company, but it's just coming from my account.
She will add that hat to her collection of hats that she's wearing, and has the signed DJ merchandise before she will head into work with a little bit more pip in her step and a little not looking quite as disgruntled.
I look to Eddie. I say, "Well, that went well."
You owe me a new hat.
Okay, I didn't know. I didn't know you actually cared about those. But yeah, we got plenty of them. It's no big deal. I mean,
Man, I stole that off the last merch booth.
I can get you them for free.
Yes. We'll go with that.
Fair enough. I'll put I'll put in the group chat that basically everything that talk to her will have a feed and then send the time frame when the cameras will be, whatever she'll do to make them out of commission or being worked on, blah blah blah, all of that stuff.
I'll send back an emoji of a thumbs up.
Eddie will post a emoji of the hang 10 hand signal.
You were why are you responding? You were there with me.
Yeah,
This
Ruben doesn't reply for like 45 minutes, and then it's just a K. That's it.
No ... Dang.
No, not that time. Just K.
Responds
Okay.
with the emoji that is the K letter.
I'd probably get ready for the set then. I don't know what time of day it is, but
Yeah, so as you start to go get ready, Ruben finishes their work. Reg gets himself prepped in the casino. And Sparks, what do you do with this, with a little bit of the downtime before we begin?
He's probably going to go because he wants to make sure there is as much mayhem as possible to keep as many people. He is going to continue to hand out as many advertisements as he can. He also wants to make sure that any of the electoral cannons are pointed like at an angle enough to where it will get him a momentum enough to get onto the roof. So he wants to make sure that he has got his way in set up.
All right, excellent. We would cut away, right, as you guys all split off. The thumbs up goes across the group text.
mm-hmm.
We'd cut back to Reginald sitting across from Parvo and Narshik, as Parvo would be like, well, so then I guess then what went wrong? I don't see your friends anywhere.
You don't get it? Nothing's wrong. They're just not here yet.
Yeah, you'd be able to take a look at your watch, seeing that you burned enough time as needed before we end this session with the three of you knocking on this barracks door.
Room service.
Dope,
Sick.
guys, thanks.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah,
Had a
thank
great
you.
time.
Thanks for listening. As always, our intro and outro music is by Nihilor, tracking names Head in the Cloud. We also feature another song by his, Cathedral, as well as some music made by Aurelia Seton. Alright, hope you had fun. Thanks, bye!